Welcome to the season finale in Season 3 in the Nevada Wolfpack Dynasty. The Wolfpack's destiny really depends on this game right here. Last game we defeated Boise State. That opened up a door, and just slightly, for us to make the conference championship. But today USC will go up against Boise, and the top three teams are now deadlocked. And with a win, USC and UCLA will be in the Pac-12 Championship game. But with a loss, USC could potentially find their way out of the conference championship if they lose the final two games of their schedule. So we'll see what happens today here as number 10 USC takes on the now unranked Boise State Broncos. But here is a long run this time by Bryson Donaldson down the sideline to open this game up, and it is a touchdown for USC. What a run that time, and UCLA goes up, and that's some hard-nosed football by Donaldson, making it 7-3. But here is the Heisman Trophy candidate, Tavian St. Clair, throwing down the football field and finding one of his favorite targets. That's Terrell Rubin for a big-time gain all the way inside the 10. But now a 3rd and goal. Here is St. Clair under pressure, and he will go down. And Boise State will have to only settle for a field goal on this drive. But to match Cade Fox in this USC offense, you really got to put touchdowns on the board. Here is Fox inside the 10 now. He's going to throw a quick screen pass over to the tight end, Joey Olsen, and it's a score here. And USC will go up by another touchdown here in the second quarter to make it 14-6. Later on in the second, here is Donaldson again, getting around the edge. He makes a man miss and makes another man miss. How about 4 broken tackles on this play? 3 for 119 to this point for Donaldson. Here is Fox under pressure. He breaks a sack, throws to the end zone, and it is a touchdown again. And it's another catch for a touchdown by the tight end, Joey Olsen. He will score 2 touchdowns on the day, with that being his second. We're still in the first half here. Here is Fox with a toss to the end zone, and it is a touchdown. Isaiah Hunter will score, and USC in full control here in the first half. And now we fast forward on to the fourth quarter. One last effort here by this Broncos offense, and Tavian St. Clair will get hit on that throw, and that will be it. Wow. What a route. USC puts it on Boise State in the first half and does not look back. And USC punches their ticket into the conference championship, where they will likely face UCLA, who they face in the final game of the season. So they will face them potentially back-to-back weeks. So here in our final 2 games, we will take on San Diego State and then our rivals in UNLV. This should be a good one today. San Diego State is a team that moved from the Mountain West over to the Pac-12. They are in their second year in the Pac-12. But here we go. Can our offense put up enough points here and our defense play good football? But here's a toss across the middle. That's Pierce Clarkson, who throws that one up for grabs. It's a big gain. Here, play action fake this time. A throw to the sideline that is going to be caught. Josiah Persinger was there for the tackle. But now, Pierce Clarkson in this offense threatening to score here at the 3-yard line. Here's a throw across the middle, and it's a touchdown. And a big drive given up here to open this game. Number 22, Hezekiah Anahu Ambrosio, in coverage that time, allows that touchdown. He's actually been on the brink of losing his job. But here later in the first quarter, here is David Lacouture. He's going to walk it in from the 2-yard line. It's a touchdown, and he at least ties this ball game up. But now Nevada does not look back. Here in the second quarter, here is Dylan Council throwing off of his back foot, and he's going to find Riley Langley for a first down. As we eventually get it inside the 1, here's a handoff to David Paul, and he walks in, and he will give us the 1-score lead here in the second quarter. But Nevada and this defense have to step up and get the ball back to the offense, and they do before halftime. for a quick 2-minute drill. Here is Council now. It's a quick screen pass over to David Paul, who bounces to the outside. Could not pick up a block downfield from Mike Bandy. That could have been a score potentially, but it's a big first down catch and run. Now inside the red zone, Council under pressure, throws across the middle. It's a catch for a touchdown, and it's DeMar Tam, the freshman out of Reno. I love the way Tam runs routes at 6'5". He's just so fluid with it. And this was just an easy pitch and catch. Had the cornerback on his heels, and he just runs that route perfectly for the touchdown. Fourth quarter action, though. San Diego State is making this a game. Here's a close 2-point game here. Micah Tease gets the catch on the out route. And Tease has been cooling off towards the end of the season. It's been the DeMar Tam show. Tam has got a lot of touches here thus far. Here's a quick throw. It's Mike Bandy going up and getting it and fighting in for the touchdown. Mike Bandy. How about the sophomore? And he has been amazing so far this year, and he's been playing a role that I have loved him to be in. He's not the star, but he is a guy that's just going to score touchdowns and make plays when you need him. So down the stretch here, here's a run by David Paul up the middle. It's a gain of 15, and this is why we switched to Paul. He can really tote the rock, be a bell cow here at the end of games. Here's a play-action fake. Everybody bites on that one. Here's a throw deep across the field. It's Tam again, number 2. And DeMar Tam will score. That makes it 6 touchdown receptions, maybe 7 on the year for him. 34-19 here late in the fourth quarter. And Nevada still not done. Our starters are still in the game here with under 3 minutes to go. Here is Council. This time throwing to the sideline, and it's a catch. And this time it's Micah Tease for a touchdown. And Nevada will rout in this one. And we get the big road victory. And this is actually the first victory as a ranked team in this series. We were ranked last year for one game, and then we ended up losing to UNLV. And now in this episode, we get our revenge, get to play them again here for the third straight season. We've played them in every season so far. Boise State and UNLV are both our rivals in this series. UNLV is usually on the schedule every single season. Boise State isn't always on the schedule because they moved conferences. We did not play them a year ago, but we will make sure to play them every year, I believe. I do want to switch up the schedule. I don't want to play the exact same teams every year, so it might be a rotation with Boise State. We'll see how the scheduling goes. I'm going to have to test that out. But a very good victory here today. San Diego State kept it very close until the fourth quarter, but then we started to pull away. DeMar Tam is just getting better and better as the weeks go on. Remember, we did change the XP to actually earn it in the regular season. If you turn it down to 1 or maybe even 0, that penalty slider, you might get some XP during the season for your players and allow them to auto-progress during the season. But we come out of this game with some unfortunate news. 2 big injuries. First to Ty Stitzer, the transfer redshirt freshman out of Nebraska. He has a dislocated hip and is out for 13 weeks. This is actually our first major injury of the year, and it surprisingly happens during the second last game of the year. 5.5 sacks in his redshirt freshman season. I guess I will take that season. I was expecting him to come in, maybe get like 8 sacks, but 5.5 is pretty good as well. That's actually a pretty big blow because he leads our team in sacks, by the way. And then Amir Broussard, who is our leading sack getter from the interior, is also out. So we've already had, big problems rushing the passer already. And now we lose our 2 leading sack getters on the year, with 3.5 coming from Amir Broussard and 5.5 coming from Ty Stitzer. So going up against UNLV, we're going to have to be on our best game, and we know we're going to get their best game, as this game is always a tough game every single season. We are 1-1 against UNLV in this series. We beat them in season 1 by 2, and then we lost last year, I believe, by 2, and now we face them again. They are a team that is kind of rebuilding at this point. They have had a little bit of a down year after a really good year a year ago. but I think they're adjusting to the Pac-12 competition. They're going to need to bring in some recruits, maybe hit the transfer portal quite hard, but I think this is still a team that's going to be good in the future. Right now, I think they're kind of on the rebuilding side of things, but I think next year they could have a big bounce back season here in the Pac-12. They have the playmakers at the top of their roster. They just lack the depth, and I think that's a point of emphasis going into the offseason for them. I was wrong. They won 23-15 last year. We won by 2 back in season number 1. But now we get to face them at home for the 3rd time in this series. And let's get this game underway. As UNLV will receive the opening kickoff. They are 4-7 on the year, and they are not going to be making a bowl game this year, by the way. But we'll see what happens. We're 29-23 versus them all time. Here is number 42 at quarterback, Colt Sparks. He throws out to the left side to start this game off, and that is a bubble screen. That will go to Cooper Hawk for the first down. Here's a 2nd and 11 throw. That is an incompletion, looking for Ben Scolari, the receiver out of Reno, Nevada. He's their star player of this offense, bringing it to a 3rd and 11, and Eric Sendejo gets to the quarterback. We are going to need him throughout the rest of the season, this game and possibly our bowl game as well, because missing Amir Broussard along with Ty Stitzer, it's 2 big blows. Sendejo fills in the gaps. 1st and 10 now on our next drive. Here's a throw deep, and that's going to be to DeMar Tam, who has been on a tear lately, coming off of a 2-touchdown game, and they're going to call pass interference on the defense, so we get a free 15 yards on that play. Council now at the 34-yard line. Here's a quick throw. It's Micah Tease for a first down. They were kind of playing off coverage that time, and an easy conversion here for Council. To the ground game this time, it's David Paul who fights forward for just a gain of 2. That brings it to a 3rd and 8 now at the 50. They load the box. Here's a quick throw across the middle, looking for Mike Bandy. A little too high for the 6'5" target, and we will have to punt that one away as well. So 2 punts here for both teams, or 1 each, I should say. Here's a run up the middle. That is a nice tackle, and that is number 90 Terrell Ebron, who's going to play a lot down the stretch here. Josh Harper, the former transfer from Minnesota, Josh Hopper, throws the left side. That's going to be caught, and that is Colt Sparks finding Ben Scolari for a gain of 26. You're going to see Sendejo on the defensive line quite a bit, Josh Hopper on the defensive line, Terrell Ebron. You're even going to see number 99 Dennis Briggs quite a bit. Here is Sendejo in the backfield. Broken tackle by the tailback, Javon LeBron, and he will take a nice gain of 10 for a first down in the field goal range, and there is a nice tackle. That's going to be Marquise Rahman, number 8, along with Eric Sendejo in the backfield. That brings it to the 35-yard line here for a 3rd and 9. We rush 4. Trey Milano, the defensive nose tackle in the game. He throws across the middle. Colt Sparks finds his receiver, and that is Taz Reddix for a first down. Colt Sparks is 5 of 6 to start this game. Stretch play to the left side, and there is a nice tackle by the transfer from Wyoming. That is Brooklyn Cheek, number 25, playing in the box that time. It's going to be 3rd and goal. It looks like UNLV is going to stretch it out wide here. Some wide splits. Here's a throw across the middle, and this one is caught. And it is number 84, Ben Scolari, their star receiver. He will score from about 3 yards out, and it's 7-0 here for UNLV. So here is Council now throwing to the right side, almost intercepted. That was a dangerous throw right there by Council. He lives to see another day. It's 3rd and 10, pressure getting to Council, and it is incomplete. So UNLV back out on the field here. Colt Sparks running a little read option. This time it's a long run to the right side. It's Javon Levrone, and he will break a tackle, and he will take it across the 50 for a first down. So a big-time run opens up the second quarter here. Ebron getting to Colt Sparks. He throws to the sideline, and that is a catch by number 13, Cooper Hawk. And that brings it to a 3rd and 5. Looks like Colt Sparks is changing the play at the line. We send Larry Tuilolo on the blitz. He gets to him, but the throw is deep already, and it's knocked around, and it falls to the ground. Jackson Barton playing in coverage. Remember, he's been getting some playing time all over at cornerback. So here we go now, 2nd and 9 to start the next drive. Here's a quick throw to Micah Tease trying to break away from a tackle. Our offense hasn't moved the ball too well so far through the first quarter. It's a 3rd and 6. Here is Council just using his legs, and that's what he does well. Doesn't really scramble too much, but when he does, it's very, very effective. It's a gain of 8. After a penalty brings it to a 1st and 20. Here's a deep shot down the left side. It's DeMar Tam who gets behind the defense. Tam will score. What a throw by Dylan Council, and the freshman, the true freshman local kid, DeMar Tam, has everybody in the stands for this rivalry game. All his friends and family, his high school coaches are in the stands to see this one versus UNLV. And how about that throw by Council? 7-7 game here for the number 21 Nevada, 8-3 Wolfpack. Here's a throw across the middle. Colt Sparks will overthrow his tight end that play. So that brings it to a 3rd and 4. Our defense can get off the field on this play. Here's a throw to the flats. This one, and it's a catch. And spinning upfield is number 82, Taz Reddix. It's a 1st down throw this time. It's Grayson Brousseau who will fight forward for about a gain of 9. About 5.5 minutes to go here in the first half, and I think this game has lived up to its hype. Here is Colt Sparks, and he gets tackled behind the line. Marquise Rahman, the redshirt freshman cornerback turned safety, makes the play. It's a 3rd and 4. This time under pressure, Josh Hopper had an opportunity, but a deep throw, and it's Grayson Brousseau downfield for the touchdown. And Colt Sparks makes a play behind the line, and that's just a play if you're Josh Hopper, you've got to make. Hopper had him in the backfield right here, and Colt Sparks just dodges him, and it just buys enough time to make an excellent throw downfield. And he makes that one look easy. 14-7 lead here for UNLV. David Paul out of the backfield, a play action, faking a wide open man. He was looking for number 8, the true freshman tight end, Dante Starling. It's incomplete, bringing it to a 3rd and 4. This time running Mike Bandy in motion. A quick throw across the middle, and it is dropped by DeMar Tam. He couldn't hold on to it. So UNLV takes back over here with about 4 minutes to go after a good punt return. Here is a throw across the middle that is going to be caught. And it's another 1st down here for UNLV. Wow, they are moving the ball quite well in these last couple of possessions. Here is a throw or a run up the middle. And it's only a gain of 2 by Javon Lavron. And now that's going to bring it to a 3rd and 7. Here's a throw across the middle, and Larry Tuilolo almost has the INT. Remember last episode he had a pick 6, and he lets that one go through his hands, but UNLV will take the 17-7 lead after that field goal. Now, I believe UNLV actually has a new kicker as well. Last year their kicker missed quite a few field goals. They still ended up winning the game though. But here we are back on offense, about 1:27 to go. Here is Bandy. He goes up and gets it. Bandy will score. The story of Mike Bandy continues tonight. I mean, Mike Bandy is just such a great athlete, 6'5". When I recruited him, I thought he was going to be an outside red zone threat. I had no idea he would be a threat like this. He is a true deep threat in the most interesting way. Like, he does not have that breakaway speed, but the ability to go up and get it and then to break a tackle like that, it's second to none. We're right back in this game now, down by 3. There is Trey Milano with a tackle behind the line. And the redshirt freshman makes a play right there. And it's a big 3rd and 6 now for UNLV. We have enough time here in 3 timeouts. Here's a dump-off pass this time to the tailback. That is going to be a tackle before the 1st down. Rod Gainey gets tackled behind the line. Larry Tuilolo was there for the tackle. So here we are before halftime now, set up just outside of field goal range. There is DeMar Tam getting out of bounds that time. We have 1 timeout. About maybe 2 plays remaining. Here's a throw to the sideline. Micah Tease goes up and gets it. but it's high, so we have to burn our last one. One play to the end zone on 3rd and inches. Here's a deep shot looking for Bandy, and it is knocked away. If there was one guy I wanted to go to in that situation, it was Bandy. 3 seconds to go on a 4th and inches. We end up settling for the field goal. It's Darren Bortles who knocks it through. But a great first half by both teams. We knew it would be like this in the battle for Nevada. And it is 17-all here at halftime. So here we go here. Dylan Council starting out this second half with the rock, handing it off to David Paul. And look at Paul fighting forward. And that's just the difference, like I keep saying, between him and David Lacouture. I mean, it's just night and day how David Paul fights for extra yardage. Here he is now showing some patience, throwing a stiff arm. He's still on his feet inside the 30. A big-time run by David Paul, and it is a first down run for him. Setting us up on the edge of field goal range here. David Lacouture checks in. Here's a throw to the sideline, and it's Mike Bandy again for a nice catch. 3 for 88 and a touchdown for him. Tease, Bandy, and DeMar Tam on the field here for the offense. Here's a throw to the end zone looking for Tam, and it's a great back shoulder throw, and Tam could not hold on. Oh, man, that would have been executed perfectly if that was held in. It's a 3rd and 7. Here's a throw across the middle, and Micah Tease, tight coverage on him, and he can't hold on. And we had to bring in Bortles to knock down the field goal. But, man, that throw by Council to Tam was on the money. But Tam could not hold on. So now 20-17 game here for Nevada. Here is a run to the left side, and Larry Tuilolo was there to meet Levron, and he will lose a few on that carry. And that brings it to a 3rd and 11 here for Colt Sparks under pressure. He throws it late. Josh Hopper was in his face, and he gets rid of it to Scolari, but it's going to be a punt. And now the Wolfpack have possession here midway through the 3rd quarter. Here's a handoff. It's David Paul up the middle, and he fights forward for about a gain of 4 yards. 3rd and 2 now at the 42. A handoff back to Paul, and he falls forward. And it's a first down here for David Paul. About 5.5 minutes to go here. Council waiting all day, throwing this one deep to DeMar Tam, and it's intercepted. Oh, my goodness. That throw was actually a decent throw, one-on-one, and DeMar Tam did not even attempt to go up and get it. So an INT here for Dylan Council. Here is a run to the right side. An option keeper for Colt Sparks only gets 3. 3rd and 7, another option keeper, and a good block on the outside. Sparks stays on his feet and will get tackled by Tyler Armstead for the first down. Colt Sparks now in the pistol again, hanging off this time to Levron, and he gets to the outside, breaking a tackle, and he gets about a gain of 8. This clock continues to run. UNLV looking to run the football quite a bit. Here is a RPO over to Ben Scolari. And they're out of dangers here as they're away at the 40-yard line, away from their own end zone. Here's a handoff this time. It's Rod Gainey breaking a tackle from Marquise Rahman and eventually gets brought down at the 2nd level, the 3rd level that is. And a big first down here. 1st and 10, Gainey again breaking a tackle. He's fighting forward and giving a nice little 1-2 punch here for this backfield. Levron back in the game now. More RPO here for Colt Sparks. Colt Sparks tries to get to the outside, spins away from Josiah Persinger, but does get taken down in the backfield. It's now a 3rd and 7. Colt Sparks now, another RPO. Sparks will take it. The ball's on the ground, and it's picked up by Cooper Hawk, but the ball was fumbled that time, and that one takes them out of field goal range. So here is Dylan Council back on the field for the offense. There's a nice RPO, but a broken tackle would have been nice there from Micah Tease. He could have went the distance. 2nd and 7. They rush 5. This time pressure on Council. And it's a throw across the middle, and it's intercepted. Mike Bandy had position, but I think the cornerback just made a late break on that football while it was in the air. And now UNLV has possession in field goal range. So back to the ground game this time. Another broken tackle by Gainey, but he eventually gets taken down by Larry Swain, number 12. 3rd and 7. Here is Sparks, throw into the end zone and in the area of Persinger. If that was on target, I think Persinger would have jumped that one. It's incomplete. They bring in the kicker here to knock down this field goal. It's just inside the uprights. So into the fourth quarter, it's now a 20-20 game. Here is Council looking to throw deep. He had Micah Tease one-on-one, and that's exactly the matchup you want, but it falls to the ground. 2nd and 10 now. Here is Council loading up to throw deep again. This time, he goes down by Okeke. It's a loss of 11 now. It's a 3rd and 21. Here's a shot deep for Mike Bandy, who gets behind the defense. And Bandy somehow, someway finds a way to get open. It's his 4th catch of the game. He's over 100 yards, 125 to be exact. There's another short throw this time for Micah Tease, who has really not been as involved in the offense the last few games. 3rd and 1 now. David Lacouture, and he is tackled behind the line, and it's a loss of 4. That puts us out of field goal range for a 55-yarder. So we bring out our offense here. We keep them on the field for a 4th and 5 throw to Micah Tease. Nobody's even lined up across from him. That was an easy read for a 1st down. This drive continues. Here's another throw to the sideline. Here is Tease with a few catches on this drive, though. And it's about a gain of 6. It brings us to a 3rd and 2 now. Bandy, Starling, Tam, and Tease all on the field. Here is Council throwing short to DeMar Tam, and Tam isn't looking for the football. And it's 4th and 2. It's incomplete. We try to get them to jump off sides, and Dante Starling ends up jumping. And it's a false start here on the offense. Just a few miscues. The drop pass by Tam on the back shoulder throw. That miscommunication by Tam right there on the short throw. And then we have to settle for 3 on both drives. Up by 3 here with about 4 minutes to go. Here's a carry to Levrone. He breaks a tackle, and Larry Tuilolo eventually runs him down at the 30-yard line. So now here we are, 1st and 10 on defense. We rush 4 on this play. A short throw by Colt Sparks to his tight end. Picks up a gain of 4. A big 3rd down here for the defense. Here is Colt Sparks in the shotgun. Here is Hopper getting to him, and he does force the incompletion. And now it is 4th and 7. 2.5 minutes to go. They really don't have to go for it here, but they will. They come out empty in the gun. Colt Sparks with 5 wide receivers on the field. The snap, we only rush 3. Sparks in the pocket. We send a linebacker late. Here's a deep shot down the left side. It's caught! It's caught! It's a touchdown! 81 yards for number 81, Wayne Harris. Oh my goodness. In double coverage, a prayer like that, and Wayne Harris comes down with it over 2 defenders. Down by 4 is Nevada now, and the pressure gets to Council, and he will lose 10 yards on that sack. 2nd and 20. Here's a throw, and it's Bandy again. Another big gain for him, a gain of 18 yards, his 5th catch of the game. It's 3rd and 2. Another quick throw. It's DeMar Tam. He's got it. He's going to hold on to this one for a 1st down. All 3 timeouts remain here. 1.5 minutes to go. Here's a throw to the sideline. It's Dante Starling, but a flag on the play at the most inopportune time. It's going to be called on Gabriel Blandford, the starting center. So we will have to back up 10 yards. 1st and 20 at the 23. All-out blitz this time. But there's a nice throw to Dante Starling, getting a lot of that yardage back. It's a gain of 15. Council now, this time has one-on-one on the outside. He doesn't see it right away. He decides to roll out to the right side. Here is Council fighting forward, and he gets thrown out of bounds. What an effort by Dylan Council to fight for the 1st down marker. This drive continues. It's now a 3rd and 6. Council takes off again, and he slides late. But it's a first down. He needed 6. He got about 7.5. Hurry up offense here for Nevada. Here's a deep shot, this time down the sideline, looking for DeMar Tam, and he could not hang on to it. 2nd and 10 again. Council under pressure. He's going to choose to take off, and he picks up a gain of 4. We call our first timeout right there, bringing it to a 3rd and 6. Here is Council this time, stepping up again. He scrambles, dives forward. 25 seconds to go. The clock continues to run. We do have 2 timeouts remaining. Just remember that. Here is Council stepping up, throwing into traffic, and it's intercepted. And UNLV will seal this game up. Oh, my goodness. You got to see what we saw in this play. Dante Starling is running free in a cover 2, it looked like. And it looked like he had enough speed to get behind the defense there. But this ball was just underthrown and thrown a little too far inside. And the defender makes the play. And Nevada will lose to UNLV for the 2nd straight year in a row. That will also be our 4th loss of the season, matching our loss total from a year ago. And Colt Sparks ends up getting player of the game. And this prayer of a throw right there, that was as backbreaking as you can get. Maybe a little luck was involved. Maybe it was skill. Who knows? But 3 turnovers, all in the second half by Nevada, by the way. And that opened up the floodgates for the UNLV offense to really make those plays. And we had a couple of opportunities that missed sack by Josh Hopper. That was a big one. Then we had the miscue by DeMar Tam on that 3rd down where DeMar Tam was wide open. We had another crossing route open that was wide open on like a 3rd down as well, or like a 2nd down it may have been. We just had a lot of miscues in today's game, a lot of misplays we usually don't miss, and that ended up being the slight difference in today's game. But we are at the end of the regular season now, and now we have to look forward to our bowl game. And we don't know who we're going to face just yet because the conference championships are coming up. But Colt Sparks actually ends his sophomore season pretty well. 3 touchdown passes, 20 of 27. We'll see if he's going to be the starting quarterback going into next year for UNLV. They might hit the portal and land somebody. Who knows? Anything could happen. Grayson Brousseau, 6 for 88, but the big catch of the game was the only catch by Wayne Harris, a 67-yarder. I said 81. It was a 67-yarder for Wayne Harris. So we end up 8-4 overall, 5-3 in the conference. That matches Boise State. We're officially 4th place. I think we should be 3rd, though, because we did defeat Boise State, but I guess it really doesn't matter. We do get a couple of commitments after that game. Jake Cologne, linebacker, will linebacker out of Las Vegas. He ends up committing. And then James Salas, his teammate out of Las Vegas, ends up committing. So we do get 2 big commitments here, and our recruiting board, this is how it's going to look like. And I'm going to keep it at 23 targets as we head into the offseason. I think the rest of our targets are probably going to be transfer portal guys. This is kind of what we're going to look like here as far as our high school recruit board goes. But we do have a couple of guys we added here like McGooligan and Bryce B. 2 edge rushers that I wanted to get 2 speed rusher archetypes here at the bottom of our board to make sure we get 2 of those guys in. And Bryce B is interesting. He's got 76 finesse moves. That's a good starting point for finesse moves, so I do want to go after him. And then Frank McGooligan, 72 finesse moves. He's a speed rusher out of Collierville, Tennessee. So here are what the conference championships look like here, USC and UCLA. That's actually going to decide a lot because if USC ends up winning that game, that could knock UCLA out of the college football playoff potentially. LSU and Oklahoma face off. That game has playoff implications also. But I think the Big Ten Championship and the ACC Championship, 2 versus 4 and 1 versus 3, Miami and Clemson, and then Penn State and Nebraska face off. Those are going to be 2 really good games, by the way, also. But then we'll find out who we play in the bowl game officially. But right now, it's scheduled to be the Holiday Bowl versus SMU. I'm excited for that, to not play in a Potato Bowl again. That would be awful here in season number 3. But it's been a fun season so far. I'm excited for, our bowl game and seeing what the future of this team will look like. So that will do it here in this episode. Unfortunately, we lose for the second straight year to UNLV. But I'm excited for our bowl game. Excited to cap off this season with a nice victory. And we'll see if we get to play a ranked opponent this time. Hit subscribe, hit that like button. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode as much as I did. And we'll be back for more Nevada Dynasty. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.